In today's episode of a podcast, of course, we have ComboCouch. Combo is a brand new FGC TikToker. He's doing a wonderful job at it, and we had a wonderful time explaining our thoughts on the DNF Duel Beta, Guilty Gear Strife, and just the FGC overall. Enjoy. Hit record. All right, we're here. We're doing it. ComboCouch is on the podcast, of course. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, so before we get started here, I just got to ask, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. Like, my phone buzzed. I looked at it and I was like, I don't got time. And I started playing Strive. And then I was talking to a friend about content creation and how you should make sure you always check your phone because you never know what's going to happen. And I looked at my phone and I threw it across the room because I was like, there's no way in hell that I just missed a message from Phil, of course. There's no way. I looked at it and I was like, guys, I think I'm tripping. And they was like, what do you mean? I was like, I just got a message from woo, this isn't real. And I put my phone back down and I had to read it like 6 more times. And I was like, all right, guys, I think I got to go.
No, you're good, dude. I've liked your stuff. I've been following you, I want to say for maybe a month now. Maybe I could be wrong about that. But over the last, I want to say 2 months, the FGC TikTok community has I want to say almost tripled. Like, it's getting bigger and bigger. Like, for the longest time, there was 5, 6, 7 of us on here, and it's getting more and more and more. So, But how I start every single one of these podcasts is how or why did you choose TikTok as a platform? What's your content creator origin story?
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but I used to stream on Twitch under another account. I still do. I plan on going back to it. And that's when I got my footing in. And I saw that Twitch was a really fun place. You meet cool people. And it's an amazing platform. That was a while ago before Twitch started doing all this stuff. But I was like, you want to create content outside of Twitch so that people can come to your Twitch and, genuinely get a feel for who you are outside of whatever you are on Twitch. So I was like, all right, cool. People are on TikTok and my girlfriend's always on TikTok and she keeps staying on TikTok and TikTok is taking over everything. So I was like, I'll try it. I need a break from the norm. And as soon as I downloaded it, it was over. I was like, I love this short form content. I don't have to make these long YouTube videos anymore. I love it. Let's go.
I can relate to that so hard. Making a YouTube video is the worst.
Oh my gosh.
I think I saw that you and me, when I had you on Discord, I saw that you're also part of Alpha Gaming. So clearly you've watched Harris Heller help you. I've done all of that too. I think most people have.
Yep.
We've all done the same thing over and over and over.
Oh my god!
But yeah, I understand the feeling. That was one of my favorite things switching over from YouTube is because don't get me wrong, I still kind of mess around. I got a couple of video essays I'm working on and stuff, but going to TikTok, the time difference for making a YouTube video, a full YouTube video comparing to making a TikTok video, dude, it's night and day. It's completely different ball game. I used to make one YouTube video, really sit down, write a full script, go get B-roll, do all the editing, recording, all that stuff. And it would take me a full week to do one video. And in TikTok, I can make takes 3 minutes to make a TikTok video and set it out. It's what the hell, man? So I totally get it.
I'm one of the people that like to procrastinate in order to get work done. So I'll definitely start an entire different project, get upset with that one, and come back to the original project to get it done. I realized TikTok was really, really good when I would start making a YouTube video, get upset, go make 4 TikToks, and then come back to the YouTube video and be like, I want to go make more TikToks because it's way better than making this long video.
Oh, yeah. I think it was a month ago, 2 months ago, I made a video talking about Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, right? And how that game just had everything go bad with it, right? It just had a rough go of it. And that was pretty much what I was talking about. And I spent maybe a full week, maybe a week and a half making that video. I think it's sitting around 35 views. Spent all that time working on that video. And then, honestly, I probably should take that video and just put it on here. I think I'm going to do that this week.
I think it would do good.
Yeah, I'd probably do better. But
yeah, YouTube definitely messes with you sometimes.
Yeah. So do you like being a TikTok content creator? Do you like being a TikTok content creator so far?
I do enjoy it. I honestly was not expecting for it to have the community that it has. I tell people all the time, I create stuff on TikTok and it doesn't even feel like I'm creating stuff on TikTok. It literally feels like I'm making videos to put up for my friends to like and comment, and we just talk about it. Mm-hmm. That's it. And we just have fun because it's always the same group of people that come through and show me love on my videos. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Yep. But they come through, they say hi, they're like, yo, this is cool, or this is great, or you're being a jerk, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to come out that way, but I'm glad you enjoy the content. And it's so genuine. A lot of people tell you when it comes to being a content creator, you want to make sure that there's quantity or quality over quantity when it comes to like your followers and your community. And I really feel that on TikTok, coming from like Twitch, from like a whole different Twitch channel where it was a completely different sense. This right here, FGC TikTok in a whole, I'm loving this. I'm having so much fun with this, guys. Thank you so much for having me here.
No, you know, for real, dude. We like you. We like you. All right, well, let's talk some fighting games. What is your fighting game origin story? So like your very, very, very first fighting game to now. Give me the whole spiel. Like, give me everything.
Okay. So the first one that I actually got into and I enjoyed it, played it all the way through, beat the arcade, started having people come over just to tell them, oh, it's super easy, so that I can, dunk on them because it is what it is. When I was young, I was a monster, I'm not gonna lie. But it's funny because I hear you talk about it in all of your videos, and whenever you say the name, my heart just beats, and it's just like, oh, I'm so sad. But Bloody Roar was so good. Yes! Bloody Roar was so great. Oh my gosh, you did a TikTok where you was like, I dressed like this, and it showed Hugo. I was like, oh, no, my heart, bring it back, please.
Oh, do anything.
Oh my gosh, it was so great. And the way I got into that game was it was back in the day when like the Walmarts and the toy stores used to have the little cool game console setups where you can go in and play the game. Mm-hmm. I think I was at like a Walmart and they had it on the console. I was like, oh, this is fun. This is so cool. And of course, mom's like, we gotta go now. And I'm like, I'm having fun. Like, this is so much fun now. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go home and I'm sad because I could remember it so vividly. I was like, man, that game was so cool. I'm probably never going to be able to play it again. And then my older brother comes home randomly and he was like, I don't know what made me buy this game, but I bought this game and it was the exact same game. And I was like, yo, I love this. Let's go. Mm-hmm. There it was. Xeon was my man.
Yours, that was the unknown. He was he was the unknown dude. Yeah, he definitely has a cool style. Like I made a video months ago talking about like who are your favorite characters in Bloody Roar. He was on that list. Like I love Hugo because I'm not joking. I had that full outfit, dude. I was the skater punk, like through and through. I had that whole like the flame shirt. Like that's the screams you grew up in the '90s. You know what I mean? Facts. So I had that. Oh. Jenny the Bat. I love Jenny just because she just is cool. Like
Jenny's grab was so iconic. Every time I see someone do that, I'm like, oh, that's Jenny's grab, dog. And then Jenny, stop it.
Zion was cool. I also like the elephant. I think it was Garganesh.
Oh my gosh, he was
Ganesha,
so
whatever his name was.
Yes, his moves were so cool. But Bloody Roar was one of the first games that I've ever seen implement like different hitbox sizes. Mm-hmm. And this was like, back then I just enjoyed the game for what it was. But now that I'm older and I understand fighting games, the fact that they had, I forgot his name, but he had two transformations. He could turn into either the Phoenix or the Penguin. And the fact that they had two different hitboxes was I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it threw me for a loop for the first time because I'm like, all right, cool. I get to fight him for the first time. It's going to be so great. First round, he turns into the Phoenix. I'm like, all right, cool. I win. I'm like, all right, I got this. Second round, he turns into the Penguin. I'm like, okay, it's cool. If I still jab, you should still get hit. Jab, miss. What? Oh, wait, what? And the Penguin just destroyed me. And I was like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
What do I do? All lows? Like, it can't be. And he was jumping all over the place. It was so good.
I love that game, but like if you go back and like try to play some of them, it's janky as hell. I was playing an emulated version of Primal Fury like I think like a month ago, and I was playing long, and I just somehow was able to go into an infinite where I'm just by accident, dude. Like it was 100% neck. I'm like, did I just win this match without even trying? It's like what just happened here?
And the stages were so clean back in then. The graphics have gone leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
But back then, the stages were so clean. Oh my god.
Yeah, I loved it. One of my best friends I used to play with him all the time, and he was he loved the half breed, half cat, or whatever the girl's name was. I remember, but she was like half cat.
Yeah.
He loved her. Because there was like this, he had that like stupid, like Raphael move from Soul Calibur where it's like ding, ding, ding. She had the same thing with her hand, and it was almost like a stun lock. You're like, let me get out of this.
Let me play the game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so Bloody Roar, you're winning me over. So what else we got? What other games have you played throughout the years, or where have you gone through here?
I've had a lot of friends that we would go over and we would play games. I had this one friend, we would go over to his house, and it's funny because this is actually like how everything started with the ComboCouch name and everything. But we would go to his house. His house was on his way. It was on the way home from school. He was always the first person to leave whenever we would walk home from school because he was the closest. So we would go to his house and we would play games. He would always have the fighting games. So he would always have like the Japanese imports of the fighting games. So like I was playing games that I didn't even know were like super big games. Like everybody's like, Persona 4 is coming back out, and I'm like, I don't know anything about it. And as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, I played that before. I knew that game.
Yeah.
But like we used to play Skullgirls. The biggest one we used to play was Melee though. Melee. We used to run to his house just to play Melee, and I used to get washed. It was crazy.
Who's your main in Melee?
So bad. Oh, who was it? I want to say I was basic. I was Mario.
Really?
For Melee, I was basic. I was basic because I was like, I want to play, guys. I want to be, because they were like considered the cool kids, and I was like, guys, can I hang out with you guys? You guys seem like fun, and they were like, yeah. You seem pretty cool. I don't have to write your name in my notebook. And I was like, I don't know what that is. Now that I'm older, I realized as an anime fan that I definitely avoided some wild stuff. But
all right.
We all started to grow and be like, all right, we're cool. So we're going to play Melee. And I was like, oh, what's Melee? Are we about to get physicals going on? And then they cut the game on. And I was like, oh, this is lit. I like this. I'm picking the guy. I know him. That's Mario. I'm going to play Mario. And I ain't never see a win in my life in Melee.
Yeah, I started as a Ganondorf main, like because I loved to stomp. I would play stomp all day. I would always mess with it. Really more recently, like playing Project Sliply and all that kind of stuff. I've really gotten into Sheik. Sheik's kind of turned into my new main.
So good.
Yeah, you can't play, like there's like 7 characters you're allowed to play in Melee. You know what I mean? Like you're not allowed to play. Like no one's showing up playing Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? Like that's not happening.
Not at Melee nowadays. No. Woo! Back in the day. No.
All right. Well, I was huge into Melee too. Like I think that was actually what got me wanting to be competitive. Was probably Melee, like actual competitive. Because I remember there was this place that would play. There was a bunch of older guys would be playing Magic the Gathering, and honestly they would bring their little brothers or their kids, whatever, in the corner, and they'd be playing on GameCubes. You know what I mean? Melee was one of those games. We also have Bloody Roar, and I don't know if you remember, it was a game called X-Men Next Dimension. It was an old...
I remember it.
Oh my god,
I think I remember that one. I don't think I played it though.
Oh, I love that game. I'm huge because of that. I'm a huge X-Men fan. I can talk X-Men for like hours. Let's go.
Woo. We're not going to talk about how they're doing the movies wrong, but woo.
No, we're not. This would be a 5-hour podcast. But what else? What other games after Melee?
I've dabbled in Street Fighter a little bit. I had friends that like to play Street Fighter, but then I think it kind of ended there. I wasn't able to get into Third Strike like I really, really wanted to. I had friends that really played Third Strike, and they were way more advanced at that age in fighting games than I was, so I didn't understand a lot of the things that were going on. It would make me mad, so I kind of fell off from fighting games around then. Mm-hmm. We picked it back up around, when was it? I want to say Mortal Kombat arcades back in the day, for like the little bowling alleys, we have arcades. It'd be Mortal Kombat, and I was like, okay, these are kind of fun. I would hop back in. We'd get back into Super Smash Brothers, and when Brawl came out, I think is when I really started to try to play more fighting games. Mm-hmm. Brawl, PlayStation All Stars. What else were we playing? Mortal Kombat 11 came out. We were really cool into that. Street Fighter 5 came out. The newest one came out. I remember when that one came out, I was like, this is going to be it. I'm going to get back into Street Fighter, and we're going to play fighting games. But I don't know if anybody remembers when the game was originally released, it was
horrible.
It was bad.
It was one of the worst launches in fighting game history, to be honest.
It was so bad.
It was one
and
of
I
the
think
worst
like
in
a week later, I think I took it back to the store. I was like, I don't want this. And then it blew up, and I was so mad.
Yeah. I've purchased it twice now. Like I've bought it for for the PC and for my PlayStation throughout all this time, and like I'm just remembering because I remember I didn't buy it at launch. My buddy bought it, so I'd be going over to his house to play it because you played next to each other in Street Fighter. You know what I mean? So I remember playing it at launch. I'm like, man, this game, it just feels wrong, and also because Street Fighter 4 just nailed it. Street Fighter 4 was like on point, so it was really hard to get into.
Street Fighter 4 was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. You mentioned you're an MK guy too?
I played Mortal Kombat. It was more so a game that we would play as friends whenever we would go over each other's house and we would play. I think it was Mortal Kombat 11. I took a little bit of a break when that one came out because I copped it as soon as it came out. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, cool. I got it. I never played it for some reason. And one day I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to play. And you know what? I believe in my skills enough to hop straight online. We got this. We're going to pick raid and we're going to go online. And that's when I learned what a TOD was. And I was like, I'm never playing this game again.
Yeah, when you get your first TOD, it's kind of rough.
Never again. It was so bad. And I've dabbled around with it every now and then. I see a lot of people, especially in like the competitive scene, they're getting really, or the competitive scene is really into Mortal Kombat with the upcoming of Sonic Fox and a lot of the other really cool Mortal Kombat players. I was like, I want to get back into it, especially with Injustice and everything. I was like, I want to get back into it, but it's just like, I need somebody to show me the way.
Yeah. Well, if you join my server after, we can. I'll run some matches with you. I got a couple of people in my server that want to play Injustice. So,
I'm down.
All right. Well, what is your game now? Like, what have you been playing now?
Oh, I'm looking at like all of my fighting games on my screen. But now, if I had to pick one, it'd be Guilty Gear Strife.
Okay.
It'd be Guilty Gear Strife.
And your main is?
Whoo! The heavy hitting, pot busting buster of them all. The one that strikes fear in the. I don't know why I'm doing all of this, but I think it's
So wait, now I gotta ask. Like, have you played Grapplers for a long time, or is this someone you just started picking up, or is that an archetype you started picking up?
I just picked it up for Strive. This isn't my first Guilty Gear game. I dabbled in. I don't remember which one it was, but it was for like back in the day when the PSP was a thing. And I played Guilty Gear, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn combos. This is going to be the first fighting game where I officially go through the command list and learn combos. We're doing it. We're full on doing it. I never went online. But I used to play Axel. I used to be super heavy into Axel.
Okay.
And then when Strive came out, I started seeing the controversy between people going, grapplers are the worst people in the world. Zoners are trash. And I was like, well,
thanks, Sharpie.
I don't want to be the worst person in the
Sharpie
world.
and her propaganda.
I think I put up a TikTok about a Potemkin corner combo, which was funny because I thought it was like a true combo, but it had a reset in it, and everybody's like, "This isn't a combo, there's a reset," and I'm like, "I'm sorry," but Sharpie commented on it, and I remember I was at work, I was in a meeting, it was boring, I was sitting there just on my phone, like, "All right, everything's fine." The purple Sharpie commented on your video. What? And then my boss looked at me and was like, "You got something to add?" And I was like, "Comment video? Huh? What? This is crazy." He was like, "We're gonna have to ask you to leave." I was like, "That's fine." I got up and walked right out. It took me like 30 minutes to reply to that.
I think it was like, there was this one day I was just like, I was following all these people on Twitter and stuff, like, and I remember I was at an open mic, right? I was doing a set that night, and I was walking out, and all the guys were doing their usual. After the mic, we were just like hanging out and stuff. And I remember opening up Twitter really quick, and I saw that not only did Sharpie call me out and said that that she knew who I was on TikTok, she followed me. Dude, it blew my mind. I was like, oh my god! Like Sharpie is, I don't know if she is the most influential female fighting game like content creator, but she's definitely one of them. She has to be one of them. Like, I can't think of another one. Losty Girl, like. Is there anyone else? Like,
she's been putting out a lot of content. Her grind is like inspiring.
Yeah. Also, she just puts out great content. Also, she's like, she's more or less my boss. So, I
don't think that's a bad boss to have.
No, not at all. So you're playing Strive. What are your experiences overall? What do you think of Strive so far? Since it's
Strive
released,
so far. Since its release, Strive has done so much for the fighting game community. I feel, in a whole, Strive, I think, was the resurgence of fighting games, especially with the wave of content creators, streamers, the pandemic, and how it's brought up like so many people playing games. Video games in general are starting to become saturated with everybody who wants to be like super sweaty pros, 100. I want to be like the Fortnite kid who won 16 million bajillion dollars. I want that to be me. And it kind of ruined a lot of games. But when Strive came out, Strive kind of changed it, because fighting games are always sweaty. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be
nature of the
good.
Beast. Yeah.
It's the nature of exactly. Like, you got to smell the game, and it is what it is. Like, I don't want to be pro, but I just want to be better than you. That's it. Doesn't matter who you is. I just want to be better. And it was such a good feeling. And when Strive came out, with my other Guilty Gear background playing Axel and everything, I was like, oh, okay, I can probably get into this and be pretty decent. No, I don't have to worry about being the scrub that's in like Apex or Valorant who gets sent back to the lobby every 5 seconds. This should be pretty fun. I turned it on and it was over. I fell in love so fast. So fast. With the music. I played the beta when the beta came out, and oh my gosh. Those were some restless nights because I just couldn't go to sleep. All I could think about was Strive.
Yeah. When that game came out, I put a lot of time into it. I will say that. I was just, I don't know, I had like my resurgence in Injustice right around then, where I was like, I just had like a couple people I was playing, so like everyone was playing Strive, and I'm playing like a 5-year-old game, like whatever. I don't care. I'm happy. I could care if you're happy. I'm happy.
And that's the cool thing about fighting games. Like they build a following, and then you can be a diehard fighting game, and you'll just play that game. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about Strife a little bit more. What do you think of the DLC characters so far? The 3 that we got so far. What's your favorite, your least favorite, your middle? Do you think one of them you don't want at all? What's your opinion on the DLC so far?
I was never a big fan of Jacko. I feel like Jacko could have waited until the later DLCs to be like a filler character. I feel like a lot of people like to play her, and that's fine. I'm glad that they got their character, but I feel like Jacko could have waited a little bit. Gold Lewis being the first DLC character was a big step for Strive, because he was such a new character, new to the genre, new fighting style, new input style with all these half circles. It was really good to put him out first. Happy Chaos, I think, could have waited a little bit longer, just because his role in the story, I feel. But he's an amazing character. I love Happy Chaos. Out of the 3, Happy Chaos is my favorite, just because he's super technical. That's it. Like, you really have to know what you're doing to play Happy Chaos at a high level. Like, a lot of the Happy Chaoses I come across online, they're like, all right, cool. You know, you get a couple of hits in, that's fine. I got you. I play Potemkin. I just got to drop you twice and it's over.
Amen.
I just got to touch you twice and it's over. And I love that. Like, I feel like Happy Chaos, if we're talking life, I feel like there's Chip has the lowest, then there's Happy Chaos, and there's Millie. And I'd say this to like all of my friends, because I just got to get in his face and that's it. He's over. He's not a clone anymore. He's done. But to play Happy Chaos at a high level, there's so much going on. Like, if you've never played as Happy Chaos, like if you didn't get the DLC and you've met him online and they were schmoovin', you'd be like, oh, okay, this character's broken. But if you play Happy Chaos, you've taken him in the training room, and you've looked at his buttons, his moves, you're sitting there like, this dude's hitting like 4, he's got like 2 extra arms. How is he doing all of this? This is crazy. What? I know, but a good Happy Chaos is so fun to watch. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I haven't seen one combo with him yet. I'm gonna go find one. I'll go find some after this. I don't think I've seen a single one yet. Yeah.
Watch Deb's stream. Deb's been playing a lot of Happy Chaos, and her streams are so good. Like, she's putting in so much work with this character. Like, it makes me scared to go against this character, because I know this tech is out there.
All right, I'm done. All right, well, what about the last 2 spots? Who you think are gonna be the last 2 spots? Well, obviously we know Biken, but like, who do you think is gonna be the final spot after Biken?
I really want to see them put that man. I keep forgetting his name. Oscar. That man. I really want to.
That man. I know who you mean, but worst name ever, by the way. Like, worst name ever you could give a bad guy. Like, no creativity there.
Who are we fighting? That man. But from the game's story mode, he did a lot of like magic stuff, and the way that they brought out Happy Chaos and did his supers, and we're starting to see how the magic works with those 2 characters. I can see it kind of working for him. I just want a little bit more from him. I would love for him to be a character. I really hope that they bring him out as a character. I have a feeling that they're not. But I honestly feel like if we were to get him with the characters that we've gotten, with Happy Chaos being the last one, and then we're about to get Biken, if we were to get that man, I honestly feel like he would play kind of like, what's his name? It's a Smash character. He's a Fire Emblem character. He has the book.
Robin?
Yes, Robin. Yeah. He's gonna be a magic zoner. I feel it. He's gonna be a magic zoning type.
To be honest, it's kind of shocking we don't really have one of those yet. Now that I think about it, we don't really have a magic wielder, I guess, because they threw all of that inspiration into DNF Duel. We'll talk about that in a second. But like, I'm been on Team. I don't know how far into back of Guilty Gear lore you have, but I'm been on Team Justice for so long. I want Justice. I'm a big mech guy. I want mech characters in my game, and I've been wanting her so long. I wouldn't mind Slayer either. If they added Slayer, I'd be very happy. I think actually Slayer is the final one. I think after Biken, I think Slayer's
really.
I do. If it's not Slayer, I'm actually. I probably would agree with you that it's gonna be that man. Like, I think Slayer makes sense. Like, that would make, I think from what I've seen, that would actually appease the Guilty Gear fan base if they did Slayer or that man. After that, in season 5 or season 2, I want all the craziness. I want Bridget. I want my Justice in there. Bring in Ragna from Blaze Blue. Bring in as many weird ass characters as you want in season 2, but give us the core characters in season 1.
And that's one of the cool thing about fighting games in a whole, because they all they grab ideas from each other, and I find that to be super cool. Like the fighting game genre in a whole is like brothers. Like each development company is like, oh, okay, we'll pick from here. So seeing Ragna in Strive is not far off. I can totally.
It's not. I think it would make total sense, right? Like Ragna would be a great pick.
Cool.
Yeah.
All the soul mains would be upset because I guarantee you, if they don't make him as broken as Soul, I'm gonna be so upset.
Well, I've been saying this for a very long time. I want to see Captain Falcon in any other fighting game. Outside of Smash.
So cool.
If they put Captain Falcon in Street Fighter, Tekken, anything, absolutely anything, people would lose their minds if Captain Falcon.
I could definitely see him in Street Fighter. I could totally.
100%, right? Yeah, his super move would be the Falcon Kick. Like, it would be amazing.
I could totally see, especially with Luke and the way he does his projectiles. I can totally see that being a fucking.
Oh, dude,
it'd be so cool.
Yeah, like I can see him being obviously like a Rushdown type of character, not exactly like Cammy, but in his own way. I don't know. I would love to see that. Totally would love to see that.
That would be cool. That'd be so cool. But I thought they said, I could have sworn, I don't know where I heard it from, but for some reason in my mind, I'm feeling like they said something about that we were going to get 2 returning characters and 3 new characters. And it kind of was them giving us biking.
Yeah.
I'm super glad that they're giving us biking, but it's like, all right, so if the fans want it hard enough, they'll listen. And I love that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so, and this is one of my gripes of like the FGC, because we complain about a lot of stuff.
No, we don't do that.
I hate to say it. Well, we complain about a lot of stuff. DNF Duel Beta. We complain about a lot of stuff, right? A lot of it is warranted. DNF Beta. A lot of it is warranted. But, sometimes we just be complaining to be complaining. And it's like, all right, if y'all are going to give us biking, which, again, I'm super happy. Who's to say we're not going to complain and then y'all give us somebody who's like, oh, okay, here you go. And it's just like, do we really need him or that person at that time? Yeah. Really?
Well, that's like, I think Guilty Gear Strive has done well enough. We're guaranteed to get another season, right? Like, there's no way we're not getting another season.
Definitely.
Strive, showed its opinion. You know what I mean? They're ready to go. But
striving, yeah.
You brought it up twice. Let's get into it, because I have some opinions. Actually, I've already done a video on this yesterday on TikTok about what my opinions of DNF Duel were. It's pretty simple. My own things. It was a beta for a reason. Like, you can tell that it just needs some more time in the oven. Those characters are completely unbalanced, and I feel like there was some reason outside of some politics happens. Like, you need to get this game out quicker. You need to show it to the public. Like they did, I don't know if it's like marketing or someone was forcing them, get it out as soon as possible, where it broke not even an hour into the game. And also I didn't even get to play the character I wanted to play for until the next day, because the game was broke. I sat on there playing the automatic CPU thing for an hour trying to play Crusader and didn't get him once. I was like, I'm done. Don't care. I'm out. Don't care.
I know exactly how you feel. I was able to get in during the whole, our systems are down, we're going to put you against the offline CPU. I was like, this is fine. This gives people a genuine idea of how all the characters work. Because a lot of times when people play fighting games, they'll hop out, they'll find the one character that they like, and they'll just play that one specific character. I have friends that do that. It's not a bad thing. Yeah. But when it comes to matchup knowledge and understanding how other characters work and how other players can play certain characters based on the way that their moveset is, you don't get to understand it unless you play that. So the fact that they were rotating people, I loved that. I thought that was an amazing idea. What I didn't like, y'all can't see my hand. Here it is. What I did not like was the fact that all right, cool. I played 3 matches. That was my DNF Duel Beta experience. That was it. Because for the rest of the weekend, all I got was network access unavailable. Network access unavailable. Network access unavailable. I put it up on Twitter. I was like, yo, this is the best networking beta I've ever seen, because it's always unavailable. I can't get in. 3 days in a row. This is crazy. All right, I'll go in. I'll try tomorrow. Nothing. I sat down for 6 hours straight, spamming the X button on my PlayStation, praying to get in. Nothing. It was so weird. I'd cut it off. I'll come back to it like hours later. I'd get to the player notification screen. It's like, congratulations, you made it into a room. And I'm like, yes, thank you. And then it kicked me right back out.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Move back out. I was like, wow, the biggest villain in this game is the network. That's crazy.
Yeah. Danny, thank you for the sub there, my friend. Also, Danny for God's in chat, another fellow TikToker saying hello. What do you think about the characters overall from what you saw? You obviously saw some gameplay, or you got to play a little bit. What was your experience with some of the characters?
Okay. Konichi. Wow. Kunoichi is broken. I love that. She's an amazing character. Her setups are cool. Her combos are amazing. They're super irritating because you just get hit by the flame tornado and you're just at the mercy of the RNG gods of whether or not they're gonna drop you out of this combo or not. Her combos are cool. I really wanted to play Crusader when I hopped in. Grappler and Crusader were the two that I only wanted to touch. That was it. Grappler because he's a martial artist. Shout out to all the martial artists out there.
And has an infinite.
He deserves it.
The Grappler. All right, think about that for a second. The Grappler had an infinite. All right, can we talk about how bonkers that is? Not the setup character, not the rushdown. The Grappler had an infinite. What? If that's not proof that your Popeye ain't done, put that shit back in the... It's frozen in the middle still. Put it back in the oven. It's not done.
But, I mean, there were so many other characters that were doing wild stuff. Ranger is the zoning character from, like, hell. It's the worst thing you ever want to fight against because my man's all the way on the other side of the screen, spinning his guns, looking super cool and pretty, like, you're not going to touch me. Pow-pow. You're not going to pow-pow. It's cool and all, but going against it, wild. Hitman. Striker felt so fun.
Well,
so, like,
I was just about to say that, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Striker felt like she was the most like modest or fair character out of everybody, because she's just she's Cammy from Street Fighter, you know, or Geo from Strife. She's the fair rushdown character. That's it. She felt like a fighting game character.
Her moves were so on point. They connected well, and you just understood them. That was fine. And then you go up against Inquisitor, who's out here like, all right, bet. You want to see how long I can hit you from? Boom. I can hit you from far away. Boom. What's up? It's like Guilty Gear Strive. You go up against a Potemkin, and then he does his far slash, and it hits, and you're like,
why?
That hit me? Wait a minute, that hit me? It's like that, and then all of a sudden she can do a little shimmy forward and then throw two wheels at you, and it's literally covering the whole screen. And I'm like,
dude, that wheel, like, I don't want to tell them to go back to the drawing board, but that needs to be just taken out of the game.
It needs to be fixed. Needs to be fixed. I agree. It needs to be fixed. Make it a projectile.
Like, yeah, maybe a project, but like I saw what I saw from it is there was a couple times I got put in a combo from it 3 times at the same combo to me and I was done. And all of them were all because of the wheel.
I don't even think you could jump over it.
No, like maybe that's the problem. Like weaken it maybe or make it smaller. You know, that thing was, it's half the screen. How am I going to be able to do it?
Horizontal and vertical.
Yeah, how am I going to do anything against this thing? And if you block, the Inquisitor can just slowly mosey on up and like grab you. Like there's nothing you can do about it.
It's like a ram PRCing or ult. Like, stop.
Yeah. Wait. Now, with that said, I am looking forward to see the final product of it.
I can't wait for this game.
Yeah, like it looks cool. You know what I mean? Like, and also Arxis like hasn't failed us yet. You know what I mean? They've been pretty on point the last couple of years, so fingers crossed, I guess.
What do you think about the release? Because they're saying summer 2022. That's not far off. You think that's enough time in the oven for them to get it correct?
Hell no. We're gonna get it delayed. There's no way it's getting delayed. It's getting delayed. No, there's no way. There's no way it's coming out. No way. That's just getting delayed.
From a marketing standpoint, that makes so much sense. Like, we'll tell them it comes out next summer, but what they don't know is we're gonna delay it.
They just did it with Strive. They did it with Strive. They said like get it in February or whatever, and then it ends up coming out in March. Or it's like, wait, didn't you say like? That's so was bad enough. We had one game last year, right? In 2020, we had one game, and that was Grand Blue, right? That was the only game that came out. They also introduced Parsec, like that. We had nothing last year. So like,
Grand Blue was pretty good though.
if Granblue, like I still play Granblue. It's on my computer right now. I'll play that shit right now. I love that game. It just the internet's trash. Like it's so bad. Like, are you East Coast?
I am.
Oh, good. Like I could play you right now. It wouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? So, but all right. Like we've been talking about fighting games quite a bit. Out of curiosity, what other games are you interested in?
Well, I feel like I'm gonna be a little basic with this one, but I've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite. It's because I grew up playing Halo.
Yeah,
love Halo. Halo's so fun. I used to play a lot of Apex. I played a lot of Valorant back in the day when I was streaming for my other channel a lot. GTFO was pretty fun. It's a really fun spooky game. I don't know if you guys know about that one. What else am I playing? What else do I have on my computer? Some Quake. I used to play a lot of Rocksmith back when I was in bands.
Okay. Oh, you're a musician?
Yeah, I like to say no, but a lot of people are like, you need to stop capping. You're a musician, and I'm like,
well, what kind? Like, what kind of stuff are you into?
I play a lot of rock. I like a lot of alternative stuff. Jazz is amazing. I feel like anybody who doesn't like jazz just hasn't heard the right jazz tune.
Okay.
Because they're so good. I started out on drums. And then I moved to bass when I jumped into another band. They needed a bass player. They already had a drummer. So I've played drums and bass. I play a little bit of guitar. I have 2 basses and a guitar. My drum set imploded. Like,
that ain't good.
Imploded. I was in the middle of a show. I was playing it and I was feeling it. And I was like, yeah. And I just heard something go, boom. And I was like, that didn't sound good. And I opened my eyes and I looked down and the set's like just falling apart. And I'm like, the show's over, guy. Ain't nothing we can do.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to do.
So I'm assuming I don't want to say you're over critique, but I'm assuming you have a certain expectation for music in games.
When it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If the music is bad, I probably won't touch it, or I'll turn the music off. Like, it's rare that I'll cut the music off, but as I've been streaming for the past couple of years, it's one of those things where it's like, don't like it, cut it off. No, don't want to hear it. Not at all. That was another thing with Strife, because everybody was like, all right, cool, it's a fighting game. I'm not all that interested. But when the OSTs dropped and all these the songs dropped, people were like, what is this? I want it. Put it on the album, sell it in Target. I'll buy it right now.
Yeah.
Arc Systems, go. It was so good. It was so good. When the original one came out for the Smell of the Game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I butchered the title of that. That's the only song I had on loop during the beta. That's it. That was it. On loop.
It's a great song. It's a great song.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. But I feel like I do have a high expectation for music, and I don't really call it out unless it's bad. And it'll be the only thing that I talk about.
Like one of my favorite. I actually did that video recently. Guilty Gear Strive in general is just absolutely amazing. I have a very fond memories of Tekken, old school Tekken 3, and like I love Eddie Gordo's theme. It's like that, like jiving, vibing, like reggae. Like I have something there, and also the Skullgirls soundtrack. Every single track of Skullgirls is amazing.
Oh, Skullgirls soundtrack is so good.
So good.
Yo.
Yeah. So good. I could put that on right now and enjoy every second of it. Absolutely love it.
So good.
Yeah.
I had a friend that used to play big band only because of his music. I was like, I understand.
Yeah. All right. Well, you mentioned. Is there any games you're looking forward to, like for next year? Obviously, outside of DNF Duel.
Project L, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, just simply because of its League of Legends. And we all know League of Legends. Your chat's wild. But we all know League of Legends has a wide roster of characters, and that's one of the things you really want when it comes to a fighting game. League of Legends has not only the money, the funding, but they also have, I feel, the time. Because as we've seen over the pandemic, they haven't really skipped too much of a beat when it comes to League. Valorant's a different story, but that's not what we're here for. League has such, again, a wide roster. I keep forgetting that I'm not centered in my camera. So
no, you're good. I actually have it set so you're like looking at me. You know what I mean? So you're good. You're good. Looks like we're almost having a conversation. We're just in two differently brighted parts of the room.
We're both well lit.
Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, Project L, because again, it's an assist-based fighter, and that was the thing that it was really cool to hear that it was an assist-based fighter, because a lot of assist-based fighting games have a large roster. You kind of have to when you have 2 characters on the screen at any given moment. And with League's roster, knowing that it's a tag-based game, it blew my mind, because I was like, you guys can do so much with so many different characters outside of just like the norm of what League is. And so many people don't know about these characters because they'll hear League of Legends and be like, I ain't trying to play that. And it's like, I totally understand it, but as a fighting game, there are so many characters. Like, there's Braum with the giant shield, and we all know he's probably going to play like Captain America. That's fine.
I want Braum so bad. He's like my number one, man. He's my number one. Right? I want him so bad.
So good. Then you got Ash. Ash uses ice arrows, so that's Zoner right there. That's fine. But there's one that I really want to see, and it's probably because of my striving that I'm slowly becoming a grappler. And I don't know how I feel about it, but right now I'm having a lot of fun. But there's a character in League called Cho'Gath. He's a big giant insect. His whole passive ability is like he gets bigger the more he uses one ability called Chomp. And it's like I can totally see him as a grappler because a lot of his moves are based around slowing down the opponent and stopping them from doing what they want to do just so he can get up and chomp. And if chomp was a grab move, he's a grappler. And it's like I want to see that. I'm gonna keep preaching this and pray that like leagues out there like that guy right there. He was on Phil of Course's podcast. We love that. That's all we watch over here. I like that idea. Put Cho'Gath in there. Make him a grappler. Yeah. We're doing it for you. And I'm going to lose my mind if he's a grappler. I swear. That's all I'm playing. That's it. I don't care if everybody else. I don't care if he's low tier. I don't care if everybody else is super high tier broken. If he's a grappler, that's it. That's all it is.
Brahm's a big one for me. I want Fiddlesticks. Like, yeah, Fiddlesticks I think would be super creative, like super creative. So like everyone's saying he'd be similar to Faust. I'm like, that would make sense. He's an evil scarecrow. I'd be super happy with that. And kind of a hot take because I know he's gonna be a zoner and he'd have like a DOT, but like I love Twitch, the rat Twitch. Those are my big three. I want those more than anyone, but. Like, yeah, I played very little of League. I would probably say that I have like, I don't know, maybe a couple dozen matches under my belt because the games are too long, and I just I couldn't get into it because the community was so horrible. Like
they're so toxic.
It's so bad. Like, and everyone says like it's not that bad. It is that bad. Like it's not fun. And even if you're playing only with a full team of your friends, it was at the time where you can like shit on each other from other teams. It wasn't enjoyable. People get so salty so quick. Like I'd rather take this out from one person in the fighting game community. It's just easier to deal with.
Bro, you're free. I know, and I love it. It's fine.
Right?
It's not like I'm boo boo butt water from League. It's just fine.
Yeah, I'm a sodium free snack whenever you want to face me. Let's go.
Oh my god.
All right, so Project L I know you're looking forward to. When it's speaking of toxic and all that kind of stuff, like what are some things that you noticed about fighting games or the fighting game community that you feel can be related to like real life stuff? Have you ever noticed anything like that?
The fighting game, you're talking about the community or just like in fighting games in general?
Just in general.
Okay. All right, bet. Here we go. I swear, it's going to sound like I'm the most hodgepodge individual mix of like so many different hobbies.
No, let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Besides a musician, I used to be heavy into martial arts. I believe it was like for about like 11, 12 years, I was working at a martial arts studio. For the last 8 of it, I was running the studio. So I really heavily gravitate towards like the martial arts characters, which is why I really wanted to play the grappler. Not even because he's a grappler, just because of his fit. I was like, I used to wear that. I know how it feels. I want to play you.
All right.
But martial arts, when I left that place, I had to go and get like an actual job because stuff, oof, that's like a whole back arc story. It's like a filler arc right there. But it was super fun. I had to leave because I needed to get like another job that paid a little bit more money. And I was heavy into competitions. Back when I was in martial arts, I would go out and compete for my school. And it got to the point where like I would pull up to a competition and they'd be like, hey, that's the guy. That's him. Watch him. He'd be doing some wild stuff because I'm a big dude, but I made it to a point to be like the smallest big dude on the roster.
All right.
So we would have to go into like weigh in, and I was always heavyweight, and I always knew that the minimum for heavyweight was 205. So if I dropped under 205, I would hit every buffet in town and be like, all I need is like 205, baby. That's it. And I would always pop up on the mat, and it'd be some really huge Zangief looking dude, and I'm like, yep, I know exactly how this is about to go. You're done. And they'd be like, what do you mean? And I would like run circles around them. And it was such a fun feeling. It was like the feeling of competition, it just wasn't there with like Apex and Valorant. Like people compete and that's fine and that's fun, but you have a team. So when things don't go right, the team, if it's not like well knit, it implodes on itself. And with it being a shooter, and I'm new to like computer games, I was always the one that imploded on. I ain't like that. I was like, nah, I need something to fill this void of martial arts in my life to compete. So that's when I fell back into fighting games. And it was like, yes, fighting games, I can legitly relate to a lot of the characters. I've been seeing a lot of like call outs on FGC TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, I love all of it.
Oh dude, it's crazy right now. It's crazy.
I love it.
Yo, all right,
So
so this started, I gotta let you know, this started forever ago with, originally was Floki versus King Drew. I don't know if you, all right? So I'm pretty sure it was a 1st to 10. Was it in Strife? I don't remember, but they did a 1st to 10, and I think Drew won. I think.
Ooh.
I could be wrong. I don't remember. But then I think it was Ghoul. Ghoul's going after everybody. Like he wants.
Hey, look.
There's a bingo card, man. I'm telling you, he wants to go after everyone.
You gotta admire somebody with heart like that, though.
Yeah, well, that's something why I asked that question, because like that's a good thing in life. You're willing to go after something no matter what. He's trying to better himself in all aspects of fighting games, because Ghoul's going into aspects of games that he probably doesn't have. Like I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. He's not a pro like in any of those games, or that's not his game. I'll be the first. If I face Floki in Guilty Gear right now, he would have done the same thing to me. I would have not. He would have 10-0'd me in a heartbeat. Not even question. Oh, that was a Melty Blood. Thank you, Lumi. So, and I got. We're gonna see a lot of it coming up soon. People are gonna be challenging each other. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm seeing TikToks pretty much of people saying, "Yeah, bring it. I don't care, anyone, bring it on." I'm like, all right.
Run the fade.
It's an arc of the. It's its own arc of FGC TikTok. We don't even realize this is our tournament arc.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah, it's good shit, dude.
Gosh.
It's good shit.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like regular fight promos hyped up to like 100 because it's all online and you can do whatever. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah. So, what's your competitive history? Like, have you been to like any locals, majors? Have you been to Evo? What's going on?
I haven't been to Evo. One of my goals is to go to CEO next year. I really want to compete locally, but the way my anxiety is, it prevents me from doing a lot of stuff. The reason that we've gotten so heavy, ComboCouch in and of a brand has gotten so heavy in the fighting games, and the reason I pushed this so much is because I want to say it was sometime last year. And this is like, I have another TikTok where I put this up as an actual TikTok. So I wanted to try to combat my anxiety with like going out and seeing people and going to tournaments. Because the biggest thing about tournaments that scares me, it's not even like the competitors. It doesn't even matter if like the #1 person in the world is competing in the tournament, which has happened. That doesn't scare me. It's the whole bracket system and making sure that I show up for my matches. That is the most, like,
dude, that's just time management, dude. Like,
it horrifies me. Like, I'll be the guy, I already know at the local, like, if there's a break and everybody's walking around moving, nah, I'm sitting right here in my seat because I don't want to miss my name being called for my match. I don't. I do not. I've seen it happen so many times. It is just like, that's the part that scares me. I just want to make sure that I'm where I need to be, when I need to be there. And that's it. Everything else will hopefully fall into place. If I get washed, I get washed. As long as I was here for my match, I didn't get DQ'd because of a technicality. That's my biggest fear. But I wanted to start slow. It was like, we'll do the online tournaments because the online tournaments are on and popping right now. It's in the middle of the pandemic. Nobody's going out to no locals. So I shouldn't have to worry about missing my bracket because everything happens in Discord. As long as I make sure that my Discord is set up correctly, they'll ping me. I'll get a notification. So it doesn't matter. So yeah, let's do it. I put up a TikTok. The first tournament that I was in was what was the name of that tournament? Oh my gosh! But it was in Rivals of Aether, and I was like, Rivals of Aether.
Rivals? What?
Yeah. But
did you say
Rivals
Smash wrong? What?
It's funny though, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, the Smash clone." I'm like, "Yo, if you haven't played Rivals of Aether, give it a try." Because that game, it's so fundamentally different. It's crazy, and I have to shout out Rivals of Aether because, man, oh my gosh. But the thing is, I saw the tournament online. I was on Smash GG. I'm new to all of this, by the way. I'm like, okay, I'll sign up for the tournament. We'll be fine. I really want to know what it was like. I think the tournament was like Kingpin 4.
Okay.
Or something. And I'm like, oh, okay, no, this is going to be fine. This is going to be great. I know Rivals of Aether content. I know who the big wigs are. I know who the top 16 in the world are. I'll just go look at their stuff. And in practice, whole time, the tournament was like 7 days away. So I gave myself 7 days to learn a whole new game and participate in the tournament.
7 days?
Like, 7 days. I gave myself 7 days. I was like, all right, cool,
how'd it go?
It took me 2 days to find my main. And I was like, all right, cool. Now we just practice combos. It's lit. I had friends that were in my community was like, this is what you do. I'll play you. I'll show you. Like, I was in 4 different Discords for learning. I was like, I got this. Let's do it. Let's go. And then something was like, go look at the bracket. And I was like, all right, let's go look at the bracket. And then I saw it. And I lied to you not, I almost shit my pants when I saw it. I was like, wait a minute. I know that name. That's #1 in the world. Why is his name on this roster? Wait a minute. Let me do some research on this tournament. Boop. I hit enter on Google search, and it was like, Kingpin, one of the big Rivals of Aethers tournament. I was like, yo, I didn't sign up for a regular Rivals of Aethers tournament. I signed up for one of the biggest tournaments in the world for this game. Yeah.
Is this a real story? Are you lying to me right now? This is crazy.
It is a real, yo, like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna see if I can send it to you.
Oh my God.
But I was like, yo, it was 7 days away. It was like Kingpin 4. Top 16 was out there. Like, oh, it was so wild. I think I lost. I got sent to losers from like, I think he was 16 in the world. And he sent me to losers. And I was like, oh, okay. And when people say the mentality for competitions is so different than like playing online, it really is. Because the first
100%.
game I went in, I was schmoving. I was like, I got my character. I know what I'm doing. Let's get it. Boom, done. Cool. My man came into my stream and was like, GG's, bro, that was so good. I would like to follow your journey. And I was like, cool, because I love to have you. Let's go. Just like in the animes, I'm gonna ride this. I'm gonna take your defeat all the way to the win, sir. And then I got bodied in like losers twice. I was like, all right, we're done. It was a quick journey.
Yeah.
But I learned so much from that experience. It was so funny. But a lot of people in my community are like, you're going for another tournament? What game is it? You're gonna 7 days to practice for this one? It's like, no. No. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've ever, I'm waiting for the announcement because I'm going to Combo Breaker this year over in Chicago.
Oh,
yeah, so,
let's go.
So I'm going to Combo Breaker. I don't know what game I'm competing in yet because they haven't announced the games yet. So like the moment they announce, like I expect I'm going to be doing content and stuff there, obviously, but like I'm going there, I hopefully to compete in something. So like I have 3 games that I'm bouncing around. I'm hoping they announce one of them. You know what I mean? Like my fingers are crossed. I'm like, come on, be one of those 3.
So it looks like I'm looking at there we go. But what game do you hope is going to be there? Which one are you still?
I want Injustice 2. Like if Injustice 2, like yeah, I could like I would get bodied if I like face Sonic. I know that, or like Honeybee, any of them, I'm gonna get wrecked.
Well,
but facing that, like I know Injustice well enough that I could at least. I would be able to hopefully like get a bar off them before I lose. You know what I mean? Like eventually I could face them enough hopefully to not get perfected. And that would be my goal going there. I think I could do okay. I'm not a pro. I've said that thousands of times. I'm not a pro in any means, but I enjoy the fun in the community, all that stuff.
I just sent you that TikTok, by the way.
Oh, you did? All right, sweet. Let's do it.
Yeah. But it's been a couple other tournaments. I jumped in a couple of like online Strive tournaments. The first one is really funny, and then Angel in your chat, he was there for it. Like my man has been super cool, and shout out to him because he jumped into fighting games just simply because I was playing them.
All right.
He's gotten so good. Like he went from never playing a fighting game to taking rounds off my Potemkin, and it's like, bro, you've come far, bro. But the first Strive tournament, I went 0-2. It was so bad. I got bodied. Like I was so ready. Started to stream an hour before the tournament. Everybody watched me practice. I was like, let's go, let's get it. Tournament was over in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the experience, man. That's part of the experience. Like I remember I went to my very first tournament ever. I went to a Smash tournament. And I got wrecked in Smash 4. Wrecked. Like I thought I was nice, and then this Yoshi main just made me like hate my life. Like I got beat by a mid tier, and I'm like, whatever. And then but that made me want to get better. You know what I mean? I went back and I actually lab combos. I actually went online and looked up counters to like Yoshi's, and like it's a fun thing you don't experience outside of the fighting game because you don't find those kind of combos. You don't learn that stuff in a shooter. You don't learn that stuff in like a puzzle game. It's a completely different like community. You know what I mean? It's completely different. Also, he entered 2 days after Strive came out. My dude.
Yeah, the tournament was literally the day after the game came out. I was like, everybody's fresh. We should be fine. I played the beta. I should be fine. I was not fine.
Yeah.
That was not. The second one was worse though. The second one was way worse.
Oh my god, it's hilarious, dude. All right, so yikes. What am I doing here? I'm so bad. I'm such a bad streamer. I just actually opened up Google while I'm talking to you. It's all over your face. All right, we're back. So before we get out of here, I gotta ask, where can people find you? Obviously on TikTok. Okay. Make sure you follow you on TikTok. But where else can we find you?
Combo Couch is currently on TikTok, Twitter. I keep forgetting that you guys probably can't see my hands, so we'll do it like this. TikTok, Twitter. This is a lot. I'm a big dude. Can I go back to the other way?
You can do whatever you want, man. I got you.
All right, cool. You said whatever I want, guys. So we're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. All right, that's actually really bad. You probably can't hear me. But no, TikTok, Twitter. We have a YouTube. We try to put out content as often as we can. Currently in the pandemic with the job that I currently have, I'm an on-call employee, so they could like call me now and be like, we need you, and I would have to go in. It's the worst thing ever, but you know, we're blessed to have what
Respect
we
the grind.
But we try to we try to put up as much content as we can, as often as we can. We've been kind of loafing on it a little bit, but we try to make sure that we make up with it with our TikToks. I've been kind of going hard on TikTok simply because it's kind of difficult to put up YouTube videos currently at the moment, but TikTok, Twitter. We have an Instagram. I'm not always on there, but we have an Instagram. What else do we have? We have a Discord that I'm working on, and then we have a Twitch. So definitely come check us out. Let's hang out. I am a completely goofy person unless I'm playing Strive, in which case when I'm playing Strive, I'm kind of trying to be schmoovin', trying to show off a little bit for you guys, and I might turn into a whole nother person. I might grow like horns and
You go Super Saiyan while you play Strive?
Yep.
You go Super Saiyan plus Ultra!
But we try to have fun. Combo Couch in and of a whole, we just want to try to push fighting games out so that people know that, you know, you don't have to be a fighting game god to play fighting games. You don't have to be, you know like 30,000 combos. They're fun and people play them. They're more casual fighting game players than there are pro fighting game players. So come out, let's have some fun. If you want to learn a fighting game and you're scared to get into it, I'll get the fighting game. I'll play the fighting game. I'll learn the fighting game. We can play together. It is what it is. Come hang out with us. Our whole motto is, you know, we watch, learn, we watch. I goofed up my own motto. That's hilarious.
Well, you have a chance to do it again.
We watch, learn, and we play fighting games, ladies and gentlemen. We will save you a seat. Come on through and let's hang out.
Good shit, dude. Good shit. All right. Well, so what I usually like to say is, before we get out of here, is there anything you would like to tell the audience or the people who get watching the podcast? Anything you want to tell them?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're great. You're always going to be great. Don't ever think that you're not great, because you are great. I'm telling you right now, one of the coolest things I've heard over the past couple of years, and it's hard, I know it is, it's cool, but you got people out there who care for you. You got people out, especially in the FGC community, because we're like some of the coolest people out here, and we're so loving. If you got an issue, come hang out, come talk. We're here for you, always. Come say hi, because some of us are shy, but it's fine. We're here. I'm rambling at this point, but yo, just remember one thing, guys. The easiest thing that you can ever do is be great. The hardest thing you'll ever do is believe that you can. So believe that you can be great, and you'll be great.
Good stuff. All right, so the last question I have for you tonight. What does the FGC mean to you?
Woo! All right, so the FGC, for those of you guys who don't know, stands for Fighting Game Community. The coolest thing about that is the community, because it doesn't matter which fighting game we're playing. We could be playing Guilty Gear Strive, we could be playing Brawlhalla, we could be playing Rivals of Aether, we could be playing chess, because I'm one of the people that think chess is a fighting game. But
well, you just gave me a video idea, so.
But it doesn't matter what game we're playing, we're all a community. And that's the important part. Again, like I just said, we're here for everybody. Some people have the notion where it's like, I want to learn what I want to learn and I don't want to share with nobody else. But there are other people out there that are just like, we're here for the community. You got people out on Twitter who put out tech just for people to learn and have fun. Like, here's this free tech. Go take it. Run. Be great. And that's like one of the coolest things. Forgive me, I'm tearing up. But that's one of the coolest things about the community and FGC as a whole. The community is the important part. Never forget that. It's the community. Whenever you're having trouble, it's not just fighting games. It's community behind it. Come hang out. Come say hi. You don't have to be by yourself.
Good stuff, dude. So, Combo, thank you so... Do you like being called Combo? I don't even know what your first name is, to be completely honest. I just go as ComboCouch.
My name's Brandon. How are you guys doing?
Brandon?
Brandon, yes.
Brandon, okay. I would have called you ComboCouch or Combo for the rest of our lives. Like if I didn't.
On Twitter, I go by Giant Robot, but a lot of my friends know me as Robot because of my current stream. So you can call me Brandon, you can call me Robot. People call me CC. I had one guy call me Couch, and I was like, don't sleep on me because I will Potemkin bust you. Don't play.
I feel like I'm just letting you know I'm going to coin you as Combo for now. I'm coining you as Combo.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
All right, cool. Everyone in chat, he's Combo for now on. Refer to him as Combo.
Oh, wait. I think I can get like knuckle rings that say Combo Couch.
If you want. But Combo, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time. This is great to get to know you.
I had a blast, bro.
Yeah. And guys, like he said, make sure you follow him on all social media plats. And FGC TikTok is we're getting pretty big. This is the beginning of a lot of great things. I can't wait to see where we go.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow Combo on all social media platforms that he mentioned. For myself, you can find me on Twitch every Sunday and Tuesday. Come and hang out. I also have an FGC TikTok account where you totally should go follow. If you have the funds, feel free to donate to my Patreon. If you like the video today, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. My name is Phil, and of course, I'll talk to you guys soon.